Okay, so hi, and thank you for allowing me to do a kind of rehearsal of this masterclass. Um, Also, just I want to express gratitude. Like I'm just starting to feel things bubbling a little more fluidly and effortlessly and joyfully, and it just feels really nice. And also to share, I know we're kind of not really sharing, but I just want to share the gratitude as well. My friend passed through today. We had lunch today. This is the one whose mother passed, and I did a ceremony for her last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. And she said to me today that after that ceremony that we did, the nightmares that she had been having every time she slept in that house for the last 15 years are gone. And I was just so grateful that the work that we do can help a person. Because when we went into the ceremony, I was like, we're not healing just you or your mother. I was like, the house needs healing. And so we really went in with that kind of spirit of healing the house and the earth that the house is on, and just, all the energetic imprints that were there. So she passed by today and was really grateful for that, which of course just makes me even more grateful. And so I wanted to kind of open this uh, demonstration with a song that actually emerged during the time that I was doing this beta launch of the Creative Grieving course. And what happened was, about a month ago, one of my best friends texted me and said that her dog had passed. And her dog was like literally one of the most magical creatures I have ever encountered. I really think maybe he was part unicorn. I know he was part wolf, and I'm like, I know that he had something really deeply magical there. And within 48 hours, there was a song that came through, and and I believe it was because I have cultivated these practices of creatively grieving and bringing them into the shamanic healing all at the same time. And so I just wanted to share with you this song called River, because that was the dog's name. The dog's name was River. And also I felt called, so it was like the song came in like 2 days after I got the news. And then like 2 days later, I just got a message in my morning meditations that the song also needed to be dedicated to the Afro-Brazilian sacred entity of the rivers, Oshun. So in the version I'm going to play for you, I don't think we have the dedication to Oshun at the beginning because this is a previous draft, but I just felt like I wanted to share it anyway. So this is, now I need to share. Share, hi. Share, so I think right now I'm only going to share audio. Okay. Oh, actually, before I hit play, let's open our widow coaches and extend them over our community. So a nice deep breath with our hands at our heart center. And on the next inhale, and enveloping our community as well. Thank you. And here is the song River. When the river runs through it, you don't really have to feel it. When a river rolls through it, you might not even see.
rifle to show that your heart's full of love. He sniffs out the bullshit from all over town. He's got the patience of a saint and the heart of a clown. When you stand in the river and feel the power of the flow, you know in your soul that there's more to know than the order of things in their columns and rows. The power of the sensual world when you feel as you grow. When the river runs through it, you don't have to feel it. When the river runs through it, you might not even see or hear it. For a river to come to you must be a true believer. I'm a believer. A true blue believer. So when you plant your love on the river banks, there's a whole lot of fertile soil. When the river is magic, it takes your seeds and completely transforms your world. I'm a believer. A true blue believer.
Ooh. Yeah. I want to kind of also just in a, sort of the mundane academic sense. Whoops, where'd my screen go? I guess it's my desktop. I want to kind of just show you. Oh, and of course you'll all see that I have like 9,000 tabs open. Can you see that? Yes, okay. So I wanted to kind of just begin in a kind of academic sense for people to wrap their heads around what in the world creative grieving might be. And so what I like to do is compare them to the 5 stages that most people know about, but I actually don't like calling them stages. I call them phases, more like the phases of the moon, because if you've ever experienced grief, you know that it doesn't necessarily go in order. It doesn't necessarily mean that when you've done one thing, you don't go back and revisit it. It's a layered process. And so what I have are these 5 steps, and they are steps that you can do. You can do them in order, you can do them out of order, you can repeat them, and you can choose to actively do these steps. There we go, okay. So if we know denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, we're familiar with those, but instead we look at ways that we can kind of encounter those phases with actions we can do. So create something. And I find that the easiest way to create is just to start with a simple message, right? Like say a farewell message if you didn't have a chance to say farewell. And then, of course, releasing. We have to release the person to their highest destiny, right? And so that it can involve a cord cutting ceremony, or sometimes it can just be, intending to release. Honoring the memory, learning the lessons. There's always lessons to learn, as much as we might hate them. And then, of course, what is often the hardest part is receiving the gifts. And so, in the grief program, we go through those 5 steps. So today we are going to do a really basic meditation. And at the very end of this meditation, I'll lead you through it. You guys don't have to worry about timing. At the very end of this meditation, you will have a haiku based in whatever you may be grieving at this moment in time. So I'm going to stop the share because I don't want you guys to be distracted by letters and words on a screen. And I'm going to ask everybody to just grab something to write with if you have it nearby. And if you're feeling really saucy and you want to grab things that are in different colors, you can totally do that. I find that's a kind of a fun way to get creative, is bring in highlighters or different colored pens or pencils. And if you just want to grab, piece of paper and a pencil, if that's what you feel called to do, that's totally fine. So let's just start by taking a few nice deep breaths. We'll go ahead and do like a 4-4-4-4, just so that we can all get in a nice, peaceful, shared breathing space. Okay, so inhale, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Okay. So I'm going to have these sections go in 5-minute chunks. If I may shorten them, I may decide if that feels like it's too indulgent. We'll make them a little shorter. But the first thing I want us to do is I just want us to acknowledge in our bodies who we are, how we are, where we are, how we're feeling. So as you start, you can start with your eyes closed. You can leave your eyes open. It's all whatever feels comfortable and right. I want you to just spend the next few minutes feeling and sensing, how do you feel right now? How do you feel in your body? How do you feel about the person or situation that you may be grieving right now? Where do you feel it in your body? Where do you feel it in your energetic system? How do you feel emotionally? How do you feel mentally? How do you feel spiritually? Just go ahead and allow yourself to feel, and whenever the time feels right, to just notate everything that you're feeling at this particular moment in time right now. Just acknowledge it and write it down. And as you continue to let that awareness of how you're feeling at this very moment, I want you to begin to think about everything you want to remember about this person or this situation that you might be grieving. Everything you love about this person, all the beautiful, joyful memories, everything you want to remember. Just take these few moments to have those memories, cherish them, and write them down. And as you are just remembering all of those beautiful memories, I want you to go ahead and allow yourself to shift into a space where you just write down everything about this person or situation that you would like to release. Maybe it's something you'd like to forget. Maybe it's just something you know it's time to let go of. Just write down whatever it is that you need to release. And as you're moving through this space, I want you to just write down what feels like the most important messages that experience feels like it's important to carry out into the world. What is the most important message you have right now for yourself, for others, for the world? What is the most important message you are sensing right now? deep cleansing breath. And if you have a final thought you need to finish, go ahead and write down that final thought. And in the last few minutes, I want you to look back at everything you've just written, and I want you to choose 3 sentences. One of the sentences needs to have 7 syllables, and 2 of the sentences need to have 5 syllables. And I want you to choose, maybe choose your favorite sentences. And if maybe one of your favorite sentences doesn't quite fit, maybe it's 6 or 4 or 8 syllables, see if you can adapt a word and choose a substitute word that has 1 more or 1 less syllables. If you really like that sentence, you want that to be part of this haiku, part of this poem, take the time to choose 3 sentences, and then we'll share those with each other. The first line will be 5 syllables. The second line will be 7 syllables. And the last line will be 5 syllables. No need to worry about rhyming. These don't have to rhyme. They just have to fit that rhythm. Okay. The lines should come from just whatever you were journaling through this meditation. Whatever were the messages that came through, whatever were the thoughts that you put down on paper, however you were feeling, that's the place where you'll choose your sentences. Is there anybody